Now, there's a lot of advice out there on how men can be better in relationship, communicate better, how to be more present, be more intimate, lead with confidence. But no one talks about this, that men need the support of other men. Otherwise, without that support, we can fall into unhealthy dynamics that will kill attraction and trust. So in this video, I'm going to break down why it's important to be supported by other men to save and create a healthier relationship for you, and also how to build that. Now, the biggest trap that I see men fall into as a men's coach, and also going through my own personal journey when it comes to relationship, is that we can unconsciously make our partner our everything. They become not only our lover, but they become our roommate, they become our business advisor, career counselor, therapist, become everything. And what that does in a relationship is that we suffocate our partners. We put pressure on our partners to be that everything for us. And so what it stops them from doing is stops them from breathing, stops them from being themselves, asking for their own needs, because they're always looking to give us our own needs. And why this happens is because as men, when we find someone that we love, that we trust, and we can open up to, sometimes we just let go, and we don't know when to stop. It's like a running tap that just doesn't stop. We don't know when to stop giving. And it's exciting at the start, but then it gets so draining, and it puts this massive pressure on the relationship and on our partners. And that's too much, because then they don't get to be in their feminine. Where we're in their feminine, they get to be supported and held by us. We create the structure, we create the calmness, the stillness, and the support in the relationship. But they can't step into that because they're the one being everything for us. Another big one is unconsciously they become the mother and we become the son. And this can happen when boys grow up with a lack of masculine examples, healthy examples, leadership, and they don't have masculine structure in themselves. And so what I find a lot of men do is that they will get into a relationship, and after like the honeymoon period, they'll fall back into old habits. They'll become the child and their partners become the mother, because the man hasn't fully developed in his masculine yet, that he falls back into that dynamic of what he knows is familiar, where the feminine steps into the leadership role. And what happens is that our partners, if they're our mother, that is not good for attraction at all, because they're the ones going to be making the hard decisions. They're the ones taking responsibility for the house, for our lives. They're the ones having to step into their masculine when they want to be in their feminine. And so a good story around this is that before my beautiful, healthy relationship that I'm in now, the last 2 or 3 relationships, I was attracting masculine women. And what I'd find is after that honeymoon period, I'd fall back into the child, because I hadn't developed my strong masculine essence yet. I didn't know what it was like to be a man. I had a father didn't really teach me anything around that. And so I fell into that role, and they fell into the mother. And what happened was, after a bit of time there, them taking responsibility for me, them doing all the things that I should be doing, them taking leadership, the attraction was killed and the relationship couldn't continue on. And so that's the pattern that I had to continue to live through for me to learn that I was being a child and that I was making them my mother. And then the final one is that our partner loses trust in us when we are overly emotional and fragile. So if they are our only outlet when it comes to our emotions and what we're going through, and that they see us continuously crumbling in front of them, then they're going to lose respect, they're going to lose trust, because they're going to question whether they're going to be able to ride the highs and lows of life with us. Are we going to crack when shit hits the fan when it comes to life? Are we going to be able to be a father? Are we not going to run away? Like, all these questions are what our partners are thinking if they're continuously watching us crumble. And I'm all for men being vulnerable, but it's the oversharing, the over vulnerability in front of and with your partners, making them our everything, is where it draws the line. And so it's really important for us to come to the first point, is that we need to be surrounded by other men to help us be in our masculine, to learn from other men how to be stronger men, to be better leaders. And shortly I'm going to describe exactly why it's important we need that. What I believe men need most to create a healthier relationship with their partner is to be surrounded by other healthy men and to create their own life outside of the relationship. So when you are surrounded by other healthy men, whether it's a friend, group of friends, or a community, you get to share the load. You get to not feel like you're the only one going through what you're going through. You have an outlet outside of your relationship. So you go from devouring this relationship with putting everything and throwing all your shit onto your partner, now taking all that away and using your outlet with your brothers, with your mates, with your community, and vice versa. You get to help each other. You get to support each other. Right? You get to share the emotional burden. You get to share your nervous systems together, regulate together. You get to work through challenges, through problems. They see blind spots of you and you see blind spots of them. You call them out on each other. Right? You release your emotional expression. You release your emotional load. You're held by them. And that grows your confidence. And it gives them confidence. And what essentially they're doing is they're giving you everything that your father didn't give you and that you needed from your father. And that can change a man's life. And in turn, it can create such a healthier and more beautifully dynamic relationship that is what we're longing for and what our partners are longing for. And so also being surrounded by these men is that you get to step more into your masculine energy. You get to be surrounded by other men. You get to be a man. You get to, whether it's playing sports, whether it's being active, going on adventures, there's joking around, you get to be in that energy. And when you're in masculine energy, you come back into your relationship, your partner's going to feel that. And she's going to feel that attraction again for you because, again, you're embodying her opposite. That's what creates polarity. She's the feminine, we're the masculine. When you create that polarity, that is when attraction is high. And so that's why it's so important to have men in your life, not only to support you so that you don't have to put all your shit onto your partner, but also to be surrounded by masculine energy, to have men wanting to make you better, to call you forward on some of your blind spots so that you can be a better man, which means you get to be a better man in your relationship. So here are some steps that you can take to create a healthier relationship and be supported by men is seek out a friend. Seek out someone who you can trust and open yourself up to and vice versa. So go find a friend, go find a mate who you're on the same journey, whether in a relationship or not, doesn't matter. You're on the same journey of wanting to be better. And that you've created a space where you can both be real, you can be honest with each other, and also call out each other's bullshit. And at the same time, encourage, praise, acknowledge each other. This is going to take an enormous load off your relationship, and it's going to bring it to a brother and someone who is wanting to help you, to activate you and do the same thing. And so actively seeking out a friend, seeking out someone who you trust. You might open a conversation and say, hey, I'm on this journey. Would you like to join with me? Okay. If that's not readily available for you, then you've got men's communities. There are so many men's communities out there and it's building, which is so amazing to see. It's as easy as looking up on Google and looking up men's community or men's circle, and I guarantee there's one in every local area out there. So if you don't have a friend readily available, open yourself up to a men's group or a men's circle, men's community. And it's easily as accessible as just looking on Google and finding one for yourself that you can resonate with. And going out there and finding, are these the type of men I want to surround myself with? And so the notable ones around are the Mankind Project, the Men's Shed, there's the Men's Table, and even if you go to meetup.com, there's plenty of men's groups and circles there. So I highly recommend putting yourself out there, especially if it's in person. to go and find these men's communities if you don't have that friend available. And finally, if you're looking for a men's community online, I run my own men's community called the Ascension. And this is specifically for high achieving men who are purpose driven, ambitious, who want to up level in their life, love, and leadership. And in this community, not only do you get a supportive space of guys from all around the world with men's circles where we get to share and challenge and champion each other, but also we train together. Train in terms of learning how to be a better man. We learn about the psychology of men, emotional mastery, self-mastery, mindset. We do shadow work, we do nervous system regulation, meditation, breath work. So we do that in combination of our men sharing circles. So if that is interest to you and that resonates with you, I have put the link in the description below. Check it out. And if you want to learn more, you can jump on a call with me and we can discuss whether this is the right fit for you. But at the end of the day, what can help create a healthier relationship for you and your partner is to be surrounded by other men. Other men are going to give you what your partner can't give you, and you're going to be able to become a better version of yourself with other men so that you can be a better version of yourself in your relationship, a better partner, better lover, and ultimately a thriving relationship.